Hey, I'm Charlie, and this is how I make my peak state. So, for me, the ritual is a huge part of it, but it's also kind of like a mini science experiment every morning. So my setup here allows me to get pretty precise amount of coffee beans. I like to go for around 17 grams. Then use a medium setting on the grinder. So what we're going for here is not too coarse like you'd want, say, in a French press if you're camping, and not too fine of a grind like if you're doing espresso, something nice in the middle. And we're just waiting for the water to get up to temperature. I have a kettle where I can set the target temp so it doesn't scald the beans. I go for 206, but here in the thin Colorado air, the water boils before that, so get it up to about 203, 204. The first thing we're going to do is wet this paper filter so it sticks to the inside of the pour-over cup and sort of gets rid of a little bit of that paper taste. We go ahead and use this gooseneck kettle to wet that filter there. And as you can see, it's sort of stuck to the side of, and you just sort of get rid of that extra bit of water. Set everything back on and zero out your scale. So now come the grounds. And there you go, that's our 17 grams. So what I like to do is just tap it into place so you get a nice even layer, and then use your finger to make like maybe a ½ inch indentation there in the middle. And tear it again down to 0. So now for the best part, the bloom. So I'm going to start the timer, and the goal here is to let these grounds soak with just enough water to cover them for about 45 seconds. And as you can see, they start to let off a little bit of gas and fluff up a little bit, increasing in volume. And there's just an awesome aroma that this lets off. So as these beans sort of take in that initial hit of water and expand, they just get open to more surface area being available for the actual brew process. And it just makes a much richer, more delicious cup of coffee. After the 45-second bloom, just finishing off the brew with enough water to reach up to about 240 grams, which is the equivalent of 1 cup. And I'm just going in slow, concentric circles, trying to keep things nice and even. Keeping an eye on that target weight. And there we go. Should take about another minute or two for that level to go down, but at the end of it all, I'll have a delicious and consistent cup of coffee. So that's how I make my peak state. Let us know how you make yours.